It is Dallas Cowboys Executive Vice President Stephen Jones. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, guys. How you doing today?
We're doing great. Now, I know the math doesn't support this, but I have already made the bold proclamation that the NFC East is over and y'all are the division champions. Are you ready to say that with me?
Absolutely not. I don't count them. You know me and my comments on contracts. It's not over till it's officially mathematically over.
All right.
I appreciate that.
That's probably for the best. I think that's wise. I know there's a lot of our fan base listening right now that thinks that's wise as well. Now, there is a lot of excitement around yesterday's win, but obviously you watched the game just like a lot of us watched the game, and I am kind of curious, putting aside any concerns about injury or anything like that, right now, do you feel like Dak is playing well?
I think he's playing well. I think he can play better. And, we've got such high expectations. Our fan base, certainly the media, certainly, everybody in the organization just, expects Dak to go out and pass it and complete about 80% of his balls, never throw a pick and move around and make plays. And, you get used to that. And, right now it's not all just flowing just right, but there's not a question in my mind with his competitive nature, his work ethic, that he'll get it exactly where everybody's expectations are. And the biggest thing of all is his expectations of himself are higher than anybody else's. So I feel really good that if that's our biggest problem, that's going to get fixed, and that he'll get that where everybody feels like it should be. But he's just a great competitor. You got to take your hat off to the Redskins. They had a great game plan and certainly made it, where we had our challenges at times to move the ball, but do feel like that we'll ultimately get this thing where we need to be. The exciting thing is there were a lot of good things that happened yesterday, especially on the defensive side of the ball, getting all our players back now, and they're all playing together on that defensive front. And, of course, it makes things easier on the back end when the front end's going well. And so that was good. And then, obviously it was a great distribution on, the production we did have between Amari and Gallup and CD all did a lot of good things. So, there's a lot of things to look forward to, but there's a lot of things to improve upon as well.
Stephen, whenever you look at the way that the defense played, when you look at the guys that were on the field, when you and Will and Dan Quinn and McCarthy were all kind of coming up with the vision for what this defense looked like, is that as close to what y'all expected this thing to look like and act like whenever they got on the field together?
Well, if there's one thing that, to some degree, absolutely yes.
Okay.
There's no doubt. But I will say it's hard to have expected what number 11's doing in terms of doing all the things that he's asked to do, whether it's make great plays in coverage, whether it's make plays on the quarterback from the blitzing spot, whether it's a natural pass rusher, whether it's just running plays down sideline to sideline. Who could have ever thought he could, digest all that and be able to line up in all those different positions and get it done. But, he certainly exceeded any expectation you could have had. But in terms of putting those guys all out there together, whether it's, especially the group of Randy and D-Law and Gallimore mixed in with the group we already had out there, I think certainly having all that come together is gratifying, and did have visions of that group playing together like that and making those type of plays. And certainly you see what happens when they're healthy and they're able to really utilize their skill set and what they do. And, hats off to Mike and Dan. They've done a great job, of really, improving each and every week. And, of course, the biggest thing of all, which always makes a huge difference in the NFL, is the ball. And they're making plays on the ball. They're turning the ball over. And, we all know in the NFL, if you win that turnover battle, there's a good chance you're going to win that game.
Stephen, a little bit of a random question here. I was wondering this. CeeDee Lamb versus Trayvon Diggs. What determines who goes back there to return a punt?
Yeah, that's a good question. I actually have that on my agenda to ask. They've been mixing them in, and we got off to a little slow start on the return game there yesterday with a little hesitation for just to go get yards. I think they tried then they tried CD, and then they tried Diggs. So it's nice to have three guys like that. And, I bet John's answer may be, hey, it's the hot hand. But, it's good to have three guys like that back there that can do that. But it's a good question. And when Jerry and I were actually commenting on it yesterday, it seems like we're rotating these guys through a little more. Historically, it's been, Cedric's kind of punt safe when you think it's going to be an inside the 20 type catch. And then if you think you got a chance to make a big play, historically CD's been back there. But certainly with Diggs and his production, when he did it well at Alabama, give him an opportunity to do a few things, see what he might do with the ball. So, like we said, we're fortunate to have that group of three back there that can get back there and feel the ball and then hopefully go make a play.
Can you tell us anything, or have y'all learned anything in the last 24 hours or so about Tyron Smith?
Don't really have any updates yet. We'll have that as the day progresses. But certainly you hate to see something like that where he limps off the field because he's, such a key piece to that offensive line. But hopefully it's a minor thing, but we'll know more here as the afternoon progresses.
Do you have to, even if it is a minor thing, do you still have to progress as if it's at least possible, if not even likely, that he'll miss some time?
Well, we will as we move in the week. Right now, the players aren't doing a lot in terms of their preparation. We'll, between Mike and Kellen and Coach Philbin, they'll obviously be looking at the options if for some reason he's not available. But the big heavy lifting for next week, and the Giants will start on Wednesday.
I was kind of curious. Have you been?
We should know a lot. We should know a lot more by then.
Okay,
that's great. Thank you. I was kind of curious the front of up the middle with Connor McGovern. How have y'all been satisfied with what you've seen there? Is it still kind of like we're still observing that and checking it out? Do you think that that's a better option than Williams at left guard at the moment?
Well, I'm sure they'll discuss that. They wanted to certainly give Connor McGovern every opportunity and not have it, be something where he's in there one game and out the next or that type of thing. And they'll be evaluating that this week. And, as we head down the home stretch, we got to get the right group of guys out there. We're so fortunate that we have, 8, 9 guys that can go in there and play, can play for us. So, at the same time, I know they want to get some cohesiveness and a group going, and I know that'll be, one of the things they're talking about as well this week.
And there's been a little bit of a disagreement amongst our show here on how Lyle Collins' approach to the hit on the sideline was. Did you like it, or were you like, well, let's think about that a little more next time?
Well, I just think, obviously, it can cost you, which it did, but at the same time, those guys, Dak's our leader. They think the world of him, have nothing but the utmost respect. And, obviously Lyle felt like, it went too far. And, certainly no different than Hooker's hit on the sideline. Sometimes you're not exactly sure. Is he all the way in? Is he out? Is he, they're just, it's happening fast. It's a bang, bang type situation where you're trying to figure it out. But, I really like the part about, him running over there and taking up for Dak. He's the leader of the team. At the same time, you got to be smart. A play like that can ultimately cost you a ball game if you're not careful. So you got to pick and choose your spots. But at the same time, I have nothing but respect for the fact that Lyle was protecting his quarterback.
Stephen, what's your hope for Tony Pollard coming up this week and for the rest of the season?
That's another one. We just won't know until we get later in the week and see how he's progressing. We've got the greatest group of trainers, I think, in the NFL in terms of getting players prepared to play. And we'll just have to see, what this week brings. But, he's a dynamic player. Hate not having him out there. Obviously, we've been dinged up a little bit there at the running back position. And certainly hats off to Zeke for his, he's continuing to work through and wants to compete and and play out there. But, hopefully these guys are just going to keep getting better, and not unlike defense, when we get everybody back totally healthy, we'll be pleasantly pleased with what happens as these guys get their health back.
Did you feel like Tony Pollard was close to being able to play yesterday?
We thought he was close, yes. I mean, we took it all the way, took him out there, worked him out, and then made the decision not to play him. So obviously we wouldn't have taken him out there with giving him the chance to play if we didn't think he was close.
Stephen, it's been reported that the company that you guys hired to bring those benches in put the Cowboys logo on there without y'all asking them to. You can tell the truth. How good did that feel to have those benches over there, though?
Anything that has Cowboys on it makes me smile. So I'll leave it at that. But it certainly got a lot of attention throughout the day yesterday.
Okay, well, since you said anything that's got Cowboys on it makes you smile, there were also rumblings that Washington does a game day T-shirt and that perhaps y'all said you cannot put Cowboys on that game day T-shirt. Is that accurate?
I'm not aware of that.
Okay.
I certainly can go down that road. I'm not aware that happened.
Stephen, when it comes to tonight, huge game in football, NFC. We kind of need the Cardinals to lose, right? Because if they lose and then you guys beat them a few weeks later, you'd hold the tiebreaker there.
Well, I mean, if you're looking at math, which we all do, then obviously it's we do need the Cardinals to lose, but first and foremost, we got to take care of our business. We got to go win our games, but you obviously pick and choose who you're rooting for each and every week, and I know our fans understand, the ramifications most of the time, and certainly, it's pretty obvious that a Cardinal loss would certainly help us if we can take care of our own business.
All right. Now, you guys have been proponents of Dorrance Armstrong for a while. Yesterday, he got the touchdown. 16th different player on the team this year to score a touchdown. Who will be the next new Cowboy to score a touchdown to break the team record?
I'm gonna bet on. Has number 11 gotten in the end zone?
He has not.
Nope.
So that'd be my bet.
I think that's a really logical decision right there. All right, Stephen Jones calling for the record breaker to be Micah Parsons. I like that pick right there.
I do too. What if he breaks the record while he also breaks the rookie sack record at the time? That'd be a good story. Let's make it happen.
That would be outstanding. I can tell you, I'm all for that. I'm all in.
Are you also all in on his Defensive Player of the Year candidacy? Not just Rookie of the Year, but Defensive Player of the Year candidacy?
Absolutely. The way Micah's played this year, he deserves any and everything that comes his way. And he's just been outstanding, as I said, to be able to digest all the things that are being asked of him by Dan Quinn, be able to go out and execute them and make the plays he's making. He deserves whatever comes his way.
Outstanding. Thank you so much for the time, Stephen. We will catch up with you again next Monday.
Sounds great, guys. Take care.